Okay. Right, can I ask you some questions about education first of all? Did you go to school?
Of course I went to school, but not here. I didn't go to school in Orworth.
Where did you go?
I went in Litchfield.
All right.
Yeah.
Mm. Were you living in Orworth at the time now?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
living in... we used to call it Bridge House, but they now call it... It's the house where Mr Evans,
By the Canal Bridge?
yes.
Oh, Richard Evans.
Yes,
Yes.
I used to live there.
Yeah. Right. And what sort of events stick in your mind about when you went to school, life early on in Orworth?
Well, I can't really tell you much about my early life in Orworth because, except that I've visited here. My grandparents lived at the farm at Orgreave, Wellfield Farm.
Really?
My granddad retired to Orworth from Birmingham. So I used to come with my mother from Sutton Coldfield, where we lived, by train.
Yeah.
And Grandad used to come from Orgreave in the pony and trap and fetch us
From over the road?
from over
From
the
here?
road.
Yeah. So when did you move to Orworth?
In 1942.
Oh, 42, yeah. And that's when you lived in...
Bridge House.
Bridge
I
House.
call it Bridge House. It isn't Bridge House now, is it?
I don't know whether it's got a name on it or not. I just know
think
it
it
as
has.
Richard Evans'
I
house.
think it has, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'll have to have a look. Did you stop at school for dinners? Because I've asked other people and nobody ever had meals at school in those days.
No, I used to take packed lunch.
Yeah. What age did you leave school?
16.
With what qualifications
Just certificate of education in those days.
was it? And what were your options when you left school? What careers could you go into if you wanted to?
Well, mainly to, the ambition was in those days to work in an office, really.
Yeah.
Anywhere, to any sort of clerical.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
In Litchfield?
Yes.
Oh. What type of jobs were available in the village then, when you left school? Because there's only really farms.
Not much for girls and farming for men.
Yeah. What about, was there any employment at the Fradley Aerodrome then?
Well, the war was on when I came here,
Yeah.
so there
Did
was
many people in the
employment- there
village
was-
work there?
Pardon?
Did many people in the village
No,
work
I
there?
don't think they did. I don't think they did. There was some people worked down at Branston factory,
Yes.
which I think they used to do uniforms and things for the army, but I'm not sure.
Right.
But I know it was an ordnance factory, so that's
Yeah, yeah.
something to do with the army, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I just wondered if anybody was involved over at Fradley, because nobody's mentioned anybody working there.
I don't think they were. I think it was just the Air Force that ran it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Did you used to go to the dances in the village?
I did when I grew older, yes. We used to go to the village hall about every 2 weeks, every second Friday. Used to be a lot of airmen come down and
Yeah.
soldiers.
Yeah.
We even had the odd American
Yeah.
from Whittington Barracks.
Oh, is that where they were stationed,
Yeah.
the Americans?
Yes,
Right.
the army, not the RAF. They were educators stationed at Fradley.
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
army, they were stationed at Whittington Barracks.
Yeah. And how did they get home? Did they go
Well,
Whittington?
it's like they had bikes issued, and all the airmen had bikes. Because there wasn't hardly any traffic. Remember, there was hardly any vehicles. There was only people
Yeah.
with businesses and
Yeah.
that.
I can remember that old Mr. Hart ran a taxi service, and he used to take the RAF people back to Fradley.
Yes, and also we had in Furlong Lane, as is now, Charlie Wood, and he had a taxi as well.
Right, I haven't heard his name before.
And he used to take us as well and fetch us back from the dances.
What, in Litchfield or?
In Fradley, on Fradley Camp.
Oh, you went to Fradley Camp as well?
Yeah.
So you got about a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't really. We didn't think we did because it was every now and again.
Yeah.
But the ones in the village we used to go to. But of course, I was only young then, so like my mum used to take me and come fetch me home.
Make sure you got home.
Yes.
No, Cyril does it.
Yeah.
What about...
I married George before Cyril, remember?
Yes. And what about... can you remember the flea pit at the village hall?
Village Hall, I can, yes.
And was it a van that used to come round?
I think
Or-
it was, yes.
Yes. Vaguely remember it when we started up the flea pit. Somebody
Yeah.
told from Australia.
Well, I don't
told
know
us.
really. Well, I can't quite remember that because I'm just thinking about the petrol and stuff like that was rationed, and
Of course, yes.
you know, everybody didn't. There wasn't a van at everybody's disposal, or so I'm not quite sure. They must have come. I don't think they came on the bicycles. See, when we
I
were
want
young,
to say it was Colton Cinemas or something like that.
yeah.
But I can't remember who told me that.
I wonder if that was. Do you think that was more after the war?
It could have been.
When
Could have
you
been.
know things were getting
Yes.
slightly better.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah. Yeah. It was just somebody in Australia wrote and said they'd seen about the flea pit on the village website.
Oh yeah.
And they said they could remember
Yeah.
the flea pit being in the village
Yeah.
in those days.
Yeah.
So, what was your first week's wages? I can remember mine.
Can you? Oh, I can't remember that.
£2.10 I got.
Pardon?
£2.10
No, it was
I got.
nothing like that. It was about 15 shillings.
That's it.
It wasn't very much. Because I was only like a trainee, you know.
Yeah. And did you have to pay your parents' board then?
Yes, I would think so.
Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah.
I didn't get much.
No, I can't remember how much I paid my
No.
mum, but yeah. I know my kids went all the way through life and never paid me a penny, but you say you worked in Litchfield?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go by bus to Litchfield then?
Well,
Was
no,
there a
we
bus
went a
service?
lot by train, you know. We had the trains running.
Of course,
Buses
yes.
were very few and far between, especially when we were in our early teens.
Yeah.
We only got about 3 buses a day through the village, from Burton and from Litchfield.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last bus from Litchfield of an evening was about 6 o'clock.
Yeah. This is during the war years.
Yes.
Yeah.
And after for a while.
What about the trains then? Did they run quite frequently?
Yes, they ran at more convenient times for the workers.
Yes. Mm. If you could have chosen any job in the world, what would your dream job have been?
I don't know. I don't think I had a dream job. I don't think we had to. I think there was jobs going. You know, people could get jobs more or less anywhere really. There was
Easier than today. Yeah.
Pardon?
Easier than today.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if you were out of a job, it wasn't very long before you were in one again.
But I mean, you said that you wanted to. Everybody wanted to work in an office, and you actually worked in an office, so you got your dream job,
Well,
really, didn't
well,
you?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and then it's up to you to build up
Yes.
whatever you want to do
Yes.
after that. Yeah. What were the recreational things going on in the village when you were younger?
Well, in our teens, it was really only dancing. And we used to go to Litchfield to the cinema.
Yeah. The
But we had
Regal.
to go on the bicycle because
Did
they
you?
weren't open at the time. There weren't any late buses, or not when we were in our early teens.
So you biked it back from Litchfield?
Yes. And you could bike all the way from Litchfield and never see any traffic at all, nothing.
Yeah.
We biked everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, I did.
I mean, during the summer months we biked to work.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know, there's bicycle. Everybody had a bicycle.
Yeah.
All the young kids. There weren't many fat ones.
I bet.
Go on up moving too much, you're creaking.
Oh, sorry. I can't really ask you this because it's more of a man's question, but where did you have your first drink? And it's got in brackets pint. What pubs?
Wherever it was, it would be in an outdoor, in one of the outdoors in
In the village?
the village, because that's people. We just didn't go in pubs,
No.
really.
Where were the outdoor? I can remember the outdoor at the Crown.
And the
still there?
and the George and Dragon and the Willie. And the
Oh, Willie
William the
had one.
Fourth.
Right.
Now I'm going to tell you about the Scout Hut that is now. That was the Working Men's Club.
Was it?
Yes. And there was a snooker table upstairs. The men used to play upstairs, and we, on a Saturday, would go and we had an old radiogram thing, and we used to pay a bob, a shilling, and it was a bob hop. And we wanted crisps. We used to have to go next door to William the Fourth to the outdoor
Right.
and get a bottle of pop and a bag of crisps. And we go back. And we used to be on from 8 till 10.
Because somebody told me that used to be the doctor's surgery.
I don't ever remember it being the doctor's
I don't.
surgery.
No, I don't.
The first doctor's surgery I can remember was up here, where
The White
Cynthia
House.
lives.
Yeah.
Where Cynthia lives.
Yes. Yeah. And I can remember going to the Methodist to get the milk and to get the babies weighed.
I used to serve in there when I used to take mine up, and I used to help out in there.
In the Methodist?
Yes,
Cry.
in the welfare.
Yes.
Mm.
That's it, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but somebody said that before, I think it might have been after, it was at the White House, big White House, Cynthia's,
Yes.
that it went to the Scout Hut. But I can't remember
No,
that.
I can't remember
Before
it being in
this
the-
place
I-
was built.
But you don't remember everything, do you?
No, definitely not.
You know, some of it, especially when you're getting old.
How did you celebrate Christmas? Particularly after the war.
Same as I celebrate now, when, you know, when just have Christmas dinner. Always quiet, not... In our younger days, it was all pretty quiet. We didn't have... There wasn't a lot of places to go to.
And you couldn't get... I saw a programme the other day where they made their own crackers out of last year's Christmas paper. They ironed it
Yeah.
and made them and put two
Yeah.
sweets in it. But there was no crack in it at all. You had to say
No.
bang in it.
Well, possibly some people did, but that didn't happen to me.
You had posh crackers.
No, we had just ordinary crackers.
That you could
In
buy
fact,
them?
we probably didn't have crackers till quite well after the war.
So really, during the war, you couldn't celebrate Christmas very much at all, could you?
Well, it was a funny time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The war was on, and
Yeah.
everybody did the best they could. Everybody
More
did.
camaraderie in the village
Yes.
then.
Yes.
Yeah. What sort of presents did you get at
I
Christmas?
suppose we got a stocking, you know, with the fruit and
Nuts.
all that, but we didn't get very expensive presents because parents couldn't afford it
No.
in those days, and everybody has to have everything now. It wasn't like that. You know, everybody
No.
was struggling, and
God, yeah, I can remember my granddad making me a pram and my mum knitting all the clothes for it.
yeah,
And I was
well,
absolutely over the moon with
yeah,
it.
yeah. We didn't expect too much, did
No.
we?
No. No. I saw a photo the other day at the village hall when we started this of your house now and next door's, and was it all one house then?
Not in my time. That was separate, and this was the Cobbler Shop where they repaired the boots. Mr.
Ah.
Hill lived here,
Yes.
and he was a cobbler, and he used to repair the boots, and he used to repair the boots for the Wrath Camp.
I was told it was on the other side of Mr. Cowling, so it was this
It's
house.
here. This was where it was, in this room here, where his counter was.
Right, that's good. And opposite, was it Revels Cafe opposite?
It was Mrs. Horsley in my time.
Was that a cafe?
Well, it was a corner shop and a wooden tea rooms.
Yes.
And they used to have weddings and functions.
Yes. Yeah, I can remember that. And also up by, at the back of what is the dentist now, there used to be a function
Mrs.
room there. or something.
Mrs. Dolman's, yes, Mrs. Tranter. She was Mrs. Dolman. As boys were called Dolman, but Mr. Dolman died and she married Mr. Tranter. Mrs. Tranter's tea room. Yes, but it was all laid out in the garden.
Cyril Povey got married there with somebody. They had a double wedding there.
Hold on.
Yeah,
It was what? His brother, it might have been his brother.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I can't quite remember that, but
No, I can't remember any of that at all.
yeah. Really we should, because we all used to turn out if there was a wedding. We'd all poodle off up to the church and watch the bride come out. The whole village. You can't imagine now.
No.
Because the amount of people you've got here in the village now, the village was nothing like that, was it?
No. And did you go to the reception afterwards?
Oh no, we didn't go to the reception, but we always went and we went to the reception if we were invited, of
Yeah.
course. But we just all used to go and see the bride come in and wait while the wedding was on,
Yeah.
to watch them come out.
Same with funerals as
Same
well.
with funerals.
Yes, yeah. I think that's all the questions I've got, because I've covered pretty well everything.
Yeah.
Unless you've got any funny stories.
Well, I haven't really, no. Not,
No juicy stories or anything like that.
well, no.
So where did Jim Leavesley start his garage over there then?
It started in a hut, a wooden hut over there.
Right.
But that was before I came here. When I came here, I think it was Drakelow Hall. They bought Drakelow Hall and they
They built
pulled
the
it
house.
down and they built their house out of it. Because I think that some of those up the A38 as well.
And Wellfield Road.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
he built those.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think he built them with the reclaimed material.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he started as repairing bicycles.
Yes, and also I think he did something with army boots or something, didn't he?
Oh, I don't know. No.
But I'm not real sure about that.
He got about a bit, didn't he? Yeah.
Well, it was.
This is old man
We're
Leaves,
going
isn't it?
with the old man, not even Jim or young Jim. The old man.
Oh right, so
Yes.
another generation back. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So where was the cafe then? What they called Revels Cafe, and the
Don't
tea
know.
room.
The shop was right opposite here,
Right.
and there the tea room was just a little bit. You got a bit of, we call it car park, but there was very few cars. So I keep telling you.
Yeah.
But there was a piece, and then there was the wooden hut.
Yeah. And Cyril and Mary Spink lived in one of the cottages down here,
Yes,
and Mr. Leavesley, I don't know which one it was.
lived in the first house or the second
Oh, did he?
in the road, didn't he? Further down.
Oh, I don't know.
Is that what you're telling me? That was
No.
Len.
Len Leavesley,
That was one of the, yes, there was.
the brothers.
Yes.
Yes. And he knocked Mary's house down, but Cyril's parents wouldn't let
No,
him knock theirs down.
that's right.
Yeah.
And that's it now, isn't it? The cottage that's there now.
Oh, is it still there?
Well, I'm
Right.
thinking it is the cottage.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I said I need to bring people down the village and photograph places to know where places are. Like I
Yeah.
thought the Cobblers was next door.
No, it's
To
just
that
here.
one. Yeah, and it was your house.
He
That's
was here
interesting.
while we were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got any photos of it?
I haven't.
Those are the ones that got
Yes.
destroyed.
Yes.
Yeah. It's sad that is.
It is. That's
Yeah.
what they said to Cyril. I had to look, but no.
Yeah, they're all destroyed. That's it then, John, I think.